serious US military hardware. F-15 Streicheagle, F-16 Fighting Falcon, an Eads helicopter in US livery, and an F-18 Super Hornet, or Superbug. He's got a brand new car, looks like a Jaguar. It's got leather seats and a CD player. Again, F-18 Super Hornet. This thing is big. Carries a lot of bombs. Actually, this thing has been rolled out in every air show. I recognize the AD tailcoat. It's always at the air shows, this one. Looks pretty beat up to me. What if his MOT's been passed? Maybe I should ask the pilot to show me his MOT on this bird. Yes, sirree, Bob. Quite nice, actually. It'd be very nice. We're here at Farnborough International Airshow. I'm standing here in the company of Lieutenant Commander Ben Charles, and I'm going to pan into his actual call sign. It's Julie. So tell me, I'm intrigued. Why do they call you Julie?
What's it?
Are you a cross-dresser or something?
No, unfortunately not, but the story is not as glamorous as it comes off to be. Basically, Julie after the cruise director from The Love Boat. I know is where the party's at, so
okay.
Kind of the fun boss.
Okay, that sounds good. That's good. So you're an F-18 Super Hornet pilot.
Yes.
So how many years have you flown this wonderful airframe?
7 years.
Okay. And I presume you've gone through the motions of having an amazing college degree before you actually got into the Naval Academy and did all that kind of stuff?
I did. I was a '99 graduate from the Naval Academy.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, just flight training in Florida, Texas,
okay. Right.
And then did the initial training in Lemoore, California.
Okay. And I've already asked a few people around here. I'm intrigued because of the film Behind Enemy Lines.
Yes.
It featured the Super Hornet.
Yes.
And I just wondered, has it got a CD player in this thing?
It does not have a CD player.
Is that an option?
Well, I'm sure we could convince Boeing to get one in there, but not right now.
Come on, you must be able to plug in an iPod or something.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. Now, in terms of this aircraft, it is a very complex airframe, and I can see that, you know, the aesthetics and the lines are beautiful, but obviously it's a very functional piece of hardware. Now, would you describe this as an all-weather aircraft, or would you describe this as something which is a multi-mission? Can it be involved in electronic warfare? You know, describe its sort of function.
I think being partially biased, flying it for so long, it's the most capable multi-role aircraft. It's got a lot of air-to-air capabilities, air-to-ground capabilities. It can land on a carrier, so it's easily deployable. Some things it's not as capable maybe as an air-to-air platform in the Air Force. At the same time, it's maybe not as capable as air-to-ground, but altogether you can put as much gear on this plane as you can handle and still outperform a lot of the conventional jets. So it's got the speed, it's got the engines, it's got everything, plus it's got a tailwheel, so very capable aircraft.
Now, what's it like landing this thing in the middle of the night on a moving carrier deck and the weather isn't so great?
It's the best way I can describe it is a controlled crash. You just want to, it's got a lot of systems in it to make it as easy as it can be, but at the same time, a lot of skill, a lot of practice go into it. Each pilot, before they get winged, have to get qualified at night. Probably the toughest thing. You never get used to it. It's the toughest thing we do. So when the weather goes bad and starts the deck starts to pitch, you really kind of dig deep and get it on deck, and then when you land, kind of breathe a sigh of relief for sure.
But doesn't it fill you with dread sometimes as such when you're actually doing a carrier landing in the middle of the night? I mean, I think at the best part during the day it's going to be quite hard anyway.
During the day it's actually good. It's actually fun.
Okay.
So there's a lot of
so you don't drop the ball or anything, do you?
Right. But at night, yeah, it's something that we don't forget. We take our whatever mission we did, we take that hat off and put the landing at night hat back on. Nothing easy about it.
No, I think it's pretty amazing. I would do my "We're Not Worthy" bow, but I'm holding the camera. So, what else can I ask about this plane? I mean, you know, tell me in terms of, has this particular airframe, because I've noticed this airframe at air shows a lot.
Yes.
It seems to be very used, you know, flying at Farnborough, possibly at Royal International Air Tattoo, I'm not really sure, but...
Yep. It's got the thing that separates the Super Hornet apart from most DoD aircraft is its slow speed capability and its flight control system. So basically it's a fly-by-wire, so it's all electronic, dictated by some of the flight services. We have a lot of capability in every realm of flight, so we can go fast, we can go slow, it's still maneuverable enough that we can control the aircraft. So our flight control system is probably one of the most advanced that the Navy has, probably across all forces, just because of its ability to, like in an air show, go slow speed and then still maintain control of the aircraft. It's got 2 afterburning GE engines, which makes it pretty powerful, and then we have a lot of payload capabilities, so we can carry a lot of things, a lot of weight. It can also be used as a tanker, so we can put 5 external tanks on here and tank other aircraft, so it's basically taking care of its own. We have a lot of capability, so that means a lot of training for us, but at the same time you get familiar enough with it that you can pretty much perform it to its maximum capability.
Well, it sounds like a very multi-mission aircraft, but it's almost like the Swiss Army knife of the sky, really, with wings, isn't it?
Could be, yeah.
So what do you think is the longevity of this particular design, given the F-14 was like seat of the plants flying, I presume, if I can correctly say that with my limited knowledge. But how many years do you think this jet is going to be in service with the United States Navy and the Marine Corps?
I think it'll be in service for a long time, and I hope it does. I hope that they keep producing the aircraft. Again, I'm biased towards it, but I truly believe that it's one of the things that the Navy has to keep going, just because of its capability. In today's warfare, it's a necessary platform, because we do have 2 seats. There's always somebody, at least in the squadrons, that have 2 seats. Someone in the back to kind of act as a battlefield manager, and I think that's important, especially today's tactics, is you have to have somebody to make the real-time decisions that's not flying the jet. You can have an overall picture. So that capability, coupled with its air-to-ground, air-to-air tanking off the boat, I think it's something that we need to keep going. It'll last a long time.
Yeah, no, I can see it, because I think the A-18E was replaced by the Growler of this version, so obviously it's a very versatile aircraft. It's performing that kind of all-weather and ECM kind of measures as well. So it kind of takes some of the workload off of you, I suppose.
It does, and I was glad to see that they went with the Growler, so it's basically a variant of the Super Hornet. It makes it easier for maintainers, so we could go to a Growler squadron and get a part if necessary, so it makes it easier for the maintenance on a ship. Kind of compacts it. It's just an easier airframe to maneuver around the ship, and again, one of the pluses is its capabilities.
Well, I think I've asked as many questions as possible. I think you've done a brilliant job, Lieutenant Commander Ben Charles.
Thank you.
Okay, soldier, can you shout your call sign out?
Julie!
Sign off like you got a pair, come on.
Julie!
Thank you very much indeed for being a sport. Thank you.
Thank you.